From Ritter Ice Arena on the campus of RIT, we welcome you to this presentation of SU Hockey on the SU Hockey Network. The 315 meets the 585 with Cal Stewart, Cory Berberian, live from the Flower City. And Cal, this is a Syracuse team that's in dire need of a win.
Yeah, absolutely, Cory, especially against an opponent like RIT. After losing 2 games on the road at Ohio last week, this is a Syracuse team that has to have a win tonight to stay in contention for the postseason.
The Orange just 3-3-1 in the second half of the season. Patrick Corcoran and Ford Hatchett start on defense for the Orange. Trip Francisi, Christian Van Heck, and Tyler Ains are the starting 3 on forward. Connor Tracy certainly switching up the lines. We rarely see these 3 on the ice together, but here they are, and it's Tyler Ains behind the net. Had it taken away by one of the freshman or sophomore starters, Andrew Short for RIT.
Yeah, would be surprised to see a little bit of change in lineup here from the Orange after a weekend in which they struggled to produce offensively. I think Connor Tracy wants to change things up a little, get a spark on offense.
This puck comes down for Corcoran to play. It was intercepted and sent on goal by Tyler Gamble, and the first opportunity for one Eric Parker is stopped. Parker, who started the last game that the Orange played against RIT back in Tennessee last season, his first action of 2019.
Yeah, great to see Eric Parker get an opportunity. Been grinding all year in practice. He'll get his shot to shine here for the Orange tonight.
Number 30 in blue from Greenwich, Connecticut. Started the game against RIT back in Syracuse last year and stopped 27 out of 27 in a 5-0 Syracuse win over the Tigers. Shot from the line by Sean Belfoy, the Quebec native, is stopped. And 2 for 2 on the day is Parker in the first minute.
Yeah, Parker obviously in the lineup tonight after the torn groin suffered by Jake Kaler in the first game against Ohio last weekend. In between periods, he tore his groin. Ended up playing out the third period, but he couldn't make it to practice this week, and that's why you have Parker in net there. 1-on-2
for Peter Owen Hayward. Michael Kuzo has sat out quite a few games recently. Here's a chance in front for Jacobs, and he pushes it wide on the backhand. Owen Harrington takes in the corner. Harrington against 2 Tigers. Can't get the puck free. Jacobs chases after this one, but TJ Aricchio is back. Riccio sent it up the boards, was gloved down in the middle. Harrington sent one for Jacobs, a shot pushed wide to the far side of Gavin Lewis. His first action in goal for RIT, and a penalty coming up right away. It's going to be against the Orange. Puck comes all the way down. This will not be an icing. Rosen back to touch. He doesn't get there. Puck out in front for a shot by Ethan Bealby. Went off his stick. Hayward finally touches. And the Orange, who have certainly had their woes on special teams the last couple of weeks, will be shorthanded right away.
Yeah, that's absolutely right, Cory. And the Orange were lucky that the RIT couldn't get it to Grant Miller in the slot there. He was wide open for the chance. Luckily, could not get the pass off, and it'll just be 2 minutes of penalty kill time for the Orange.
The call is on Matt Jacobs. This RIT team on the power play, 18.6%. Orange on the penalty kill, 82.3%. They get the first clear as it comes all the way down for Gavin Lewis, who has not seen a shot so far. RIT has the first 2 shots of the game on Eric Parker. They've got the first power play. Jake Wilt on the far side, can't get it by Joey Pucciarelli, and he has to retreat.
I feel like we say it every night, Cory, but special teams so important in this sport, especially for the Syracuse team that has been feast or famine on the power play and the penalty kill all year. It should figure in large to how the outcome of this game is tonight.
Hatchett to clear all the way down. We'll tell you about the power play numbers for Syracuse when they get their first opportunity. Spoiler alert, they have not been very good over the past 4 games, but the penalty kill has been solid for the Orange all season. Luke Caddo chases after it. Andrew Short there for the Tigers, wearing their home whites today. Orange in their road blues. Back out to the line and fed across for Jake Wilt. Holds above the circle. Christian Loria crossing a shot here coming from Tyler Gamble on the far side wing, was knocked down in front of Parker, and the Orange clear. 1 minute gone on the power play. Jacobs to sit for the last 55 seconds of it. Early stages, first period with Cal Stewart, Cory Berberian. No score, Orange and Tigers here at RIT. Stepping up on the far side, Ethan Bealby holds it in. Jake Padalino takes it behind with 38 on the power play for RIT. Pucciarelli can clear, and he does that.
Definitely the start to the penalty kill that you want for Connor Tracy and the Syracuse Orange. Disrupting play for the Tigers, not really letting them enter the zone and establish pressure.
Aricchio took a stretch pass. Padalino walls him. Padalino got the puck as Aricchio went down. Into the corner, Bealby held him up, and he got the puck with 15 on the power play. Back up the line, a Campbell, a shot, was turned away on the blocker side. One in front for Riccio. Brezzi takes it away. Stephen Brezzi's first touch of the puck. And Pucciarelli, who's done plenty of work on this penalty kill and extended shift, clears a third puck. Penalty time is up against Matt Jacobs, and he's back on the ice here taking the puck. Now for Pucciarelli. Can't stride by the defender. And back comes Campbell the other way. Here's a shot that's stopped by Parker. And the Orange kill off the first power play, but are still without a shot on goal. Chances are 5-0 RIT on net.
Yeah, early flurry of chances for the RIT Tigers, and that might actually be a blessing in disguise for Eric Parker. Hasn't seen action all year so far, but he gets in, gets 5 quick shots, and he stops all of them. That's got to be great for his confidence early in this one.
It's an RIT team that averages more than 32.5 shots per game. The Orange averaged 38 per game. Without a shot through 4 minutes of play in the first period. Ford Hatchett back to get it. Only 1 point in his last 4 games as Hatchett has the most assists out of anyone, of 19 on the SU side. One of the best scorers in the ESCHL conference. Back the other way, McNamara holds. McNamara had Prestamo, lost the puck for a moment, got it back to the line for Hatchett to play it in on goal, and scooped up by Gavin Lewis for a whistle. Lewis, the senior from Scranton, PA, gets the start for the Tigers. Has played 1 game previously against the Orange. That came all the way back in 2015.
Yeah, Lewis has been strong for the Tigers this year. He sports a pretty solid .918 save percentage, so he's definitely not the reason for RIT's struggles so far at this point in the season. He's been strong.
A 5-5 record with a goals against average of 3.20. This is 10th start, 12th appearance for Gavin Lewis. The most minutes of anyone on this RIT team that rotates 3 goalies. Back ahead, here's Flanagan with a shot, and Connor Flanagan has that one stopped by Gavin Lewis. Seen a lot of number 21 in Orange so far in February. Orange get changes here as they get their first shot on goal coming off the stick of Flanagan. The 2 benches on opposite sides of the rink. Certainly not something we see everywhere. Saw it in Oswego, and we see it here in Rochester. Matt Jacobs on the draw, won it. Hayward took it and shot one off the pad of Lewis. A quick screamer that got through. Jacobs sent it back for Brezzi. Played it off the boards for Harrington. In the middle, Jacobs wants Cato. Got it to him. He had to step up for it and lobs one for Jacobs cross corner. Jacobs spins away from Aricchio, but Aricchio got the puck and sent it around the boards. Sean Belfoy there. Harrington went down. Kicked away by Belfoy and taken on by Gamble. Got it out to center ice, but off the stick of Harris and cleared back in by Brezzi for the Orange. Hayward takes it. Got a man in front. Couldn't find Harrington. Just hopped over his stick. Cleared up the boards and out by Gamble, and Hayward has to retreat. Orange starting to push here after not recording a shot in nearly 5 minutes. Hayward back. Hayward in front for Jacobs again. Could not find him. Hayward an excellent passer, and Jacobs can certainly finish. Tyler Raines at the first line's back out there. Jacobs was the intended there, as Van Heck also on the ice for the Orange. This one's pushed up by Jake Epstein on the far side. Didn't want to go against Hatchett, just flips it in. Eric Andolina there. Puck loose in front. Epstein was charging at it, but Parker covers and stops play.
Yeah, Corey, you mentioned in this rink the benches across the ice from each other. Actually a great bit of home ice advantage for RIT as you see the penalty boxes right next to their rink, or their bench, pardon me, whereas a Syracuse player coming out of the box has to come all the way across the ice first.
See if it comes into play here. It certainly did with Jacobs, and he just took the ice rather than coming to the bench. Backhanded in by Jake Epstein, and back to get it is David Rosen for the Orange. Missed a couple of games due to an ear infection for Syracuse. This one's sent back in. Gavin Lewis out there to play it. Trip Francisi reverse one middle and could not find Tyler Ains. Ains, who has certainly found his stroke on offense in the second half of the season. Coming back from an injury, and he scored in the first 3 games. Ethan Bealby in the middle, trying to make a move. Just found the stick of Rosen, and Rosen starts it back for the Orange. Along for Francisi, play onside on a stretch pass. Francisi dropping it off. A shot by Van Heck, a headhunter that went high, and Bealby steps to it here on the boards in front of his bench. Back the other way, 2-on-5. Tries to go by Cato, got by him. Van Heck took the puck away, and Cato starts out. Cato to the middle, Prestamo right side. McNamara with Prestamo charging. Dropped it off for Connor Preston, who has certainly come up on offense himself in 2019. Puck out of the zone. Cato dropped it on back. His defensive partner, Brezzi, to the side for Preston to lay it on. Went off of Prestamo, aggressively playing it Lewis to the far side boards. Keegan Whiten behind. Then Matt Wiesa there. Up the far side, it comes on, and Campbell to the middle of the ice. 2-on-2, tries to backhand on Brezzi. Took a shot, save made, rebound loose in front. Charging away at it is Washko, the leading scorer on RIT, and 2 big stops for Eric Parker.
Yeah, for Syracuse, you definitely have to tighten up the defensive zone early here in this first period. They've allowed 8 shots on goal already in the frame and forced Eric Parker to make a couple of good saves here. So definitely want to shore up some of their work in the defensive zone.
Shots are 8-2 for RIT early on, the first 7.5 minutes of this first period. Patrick Corcoran backs it up, sends one 2 lines, but only found the stick of TJ Aricchio, who clears it back in for RIT. Jacob Blexer, the assistant captain, could not get the puck. The Orange could, and Hatchett skates it on out. Far side for Hayward, kicked it off his leg and cleared out of the zone by RIT. Back and it comes for Harrington to play it back. He got there first, and Hatchett retreats toward Eric Parker, played it off the boards. Just ping pong play here. Not a shot in quite some time for the Orange. Hayward tries to drag. Hayward got taken down, and no call as he went against Sean Belfoy, the big defenseman. RIT back ahead. Jacob Blexer can't get it on. Slap out of the zone by Padalino on his backhand. Couldn't find Hayward. And Jake Wilt takes it there for the Tigers. Sent one off his man, Tyler Gamble, one of the starters. Sent one along and couldn't find Joe Harris. The first line out there for RIT. Puck in behind for Rosen to take. Pursued hard by Harris. No help coming from Pucciarelli. It's played in front and off the side of the net. Parker stops play with his stick.
Yeah, that's a type of play by Eric Parker that not everyone at home will notice. He got his paddle out along the goal line to deny the pass into the slot by the RIT forward. It's not going to show up on your stat sheet as a shot, but that may have just prevented a grade A scoring chance for the Tigers.
A shot here is stopped right in the chest of Eric Parker. 9 early saves so far for Parker. Out to the top. A pass across and a shot by Jake Wilt was fought off by Cato in front. Bumping against the boards, Tyler Gamble. Orange take over, and Cato starts it on out to center. McNamara in the middle, 3-on-2 for the Orange. Left on the near side for Preston, can't get a pass through, and RIT quickly clears to center. Prestamo forgot the puck. Tyler Gamble got it. Gamble to the corner, he went down. Cato swiping at that puck. 2 Orange converging the far side. A shot comes here from short, and he pushed it wide. Prestamo into the corner. Prestamo got it up the boards. And it's Connor Preston moving it in. A shot from the line was blocked away right away by Keegan White. And the Tigers take over in behind. Off Andalina's stick. And backed up for Ford Hatchett for Syracuse. Patrick Corcoran for Trip Francisi. Francisi back the other way. Van Heck trying to get onside. He did. Dragging all the way is Francisi. A shot here is stopped and scooped up by Gavin Lewis, who was a bit out of position but got back in time. 10:24 to play, opening period. No score. The offense has been all RIT so far. 9 shots to 3. Certainly not a good sign for Connor Tracy's team.
Yeah, and a lot of that is because of this extremely aggressive forecheck that we're seeing from RIT. They're smothering up the Syracuse defensemen in their own zone with a very aggressive forecheck. That's leading to a lot of offensive chances off of turnovers for them.
An Orange goal could certainly turn the tide their way. Haven't come very close. Now the neutral zone clear for RIT. Matt Wiesa brought it on. Could not get by Padalino, but kept in though by Wexler, the assistant captain, walled by Francisi. Francisi turns back as Wexler went down to a knee but took the puck. Got right by Van Heck. Fed it out for a shot by Belfoy that whistled wide to the near side. Kept by Aricchio. Aricchio sent it in deep. Sent away to David Rosen. Sean Belfoy took a shot and just fired it in to clear it. Aricchio kept it. Orange pursue him and clear the zone. Van Heck up the middle. Van Heck could not find it. Belfoy could. He retreated back well. Harrington watching him. Sent near side for TJ Aricchio. Belfoy open on the opposite side. Goes to him, but it went out right off his stick. Hayward can't get by. The captain Belfoy could. Got it out to center for Jacobs to swoop in. Out for Brezzi. Sends it along. Harrington and Hayward give chase. Out to get it, Gavin Lewis. Sent one right to Hayward's stick. Hayward walled there. Harrington also in as well, as it's played along by Campbell. On the near side, the Tigers do get it out. Caddo there. Caddo can't get by. It's Bealby here in the corner. Bealby in behind, had a man in front, could not find Campbell. And Harrington takes over. Harrington to the near side. Stephen Brezzi in the middle. Just sends it in. Gavin Lewis out there to play it to the near side boards. RIT controlling play in all 3 zones so far. Connor Flanagan steps up. Christian Loria hit him. A stick is loose on the ice in front of the net, and now cleared away to the side as Hatchett takes it on the near side boards. Sent past Pucciarelli. Connor Flanagan kept it back to the line for Patrick Corcoran. His shot may have been tipped on the way, and it went high and wide anyway. Hatchett here. That one went off a leg. Flanagan popped it away, and it sends Corcoran back. 8 minutes to go, nearing that first period of play. No score. Shots 9-3 in favor of the home Tigers of RIT. Loria sends a puck up an open side, and Tyler Gamble onto it. Only got it as far as 2 lines, and it's sent back in. Orange get changes off of this. McNamara and Preston come on. Prestamo here doing work in the far side. 2-on-2 scrum as Preston moves in. McNamara puts a hit on the body. Padalino back of the line, moves up and fires one that went wide of Lewis. Back out to the line for Rosen to keep, and it went wide over his stick. Rosen does get it in on a second chance. Jake Wilt back there for RIT. Near side and brought back up by Short. Short 2-on-2. His shot was hooked well high. Joe Harris stepped up, sent it away from everybody, and Caddo just flips it out to center. Looks for Preston and finds him. Gets a shot away that was definitely slowed down, and Gavin Lewis easily paddles it away. 2-on-2 in the corner. Coming away, Trip Francisi. Up the boards, RIT clears, and Caddo the only one back for Syracuse. Caddo takes over, and then Stephen Berezzi as RIT gets changes now. Christian Van Heck getting the start today for the Orange, usually a bottom 6 forward for Syracuse, as is Tyler Raines. Those two on the starting lineup with Trip Francisi. Luke Caddo back, rink wide for Berezzi. Under 7 to play opening period. Tim Kalinowski moves it up. The freshman Kalinowski with speed around behind. Has Van Heck in front. Doing a lap is Kalinowski, wheeling away. Berezzi here. Back for Kalinowski, went off his stick, and Van Heck takes over in behind. Checked by Keegan White. Christian Van Heck along the boards. Got it away to Kalinowski, who was bumped down by the much bigger Grant Miller. Patrick Corcoran along the boards. Corcoran pushes Andalina into the wall, but RIT does come away. Excellent shift for Tim Kalinowski, showing off his wheels as RIT clears it down.
Yeah, excellent 4 minutes or so from the Syracuse Orange side. We saw the first half of the first period, they were mostly pinned down by an aggressive RIT defense. That time they broke through and managed to establish zone pressure for a long period of time, which is something they need.
A shot by Harrington a moment ago just fumbled in on goal, and Hayward could not tip the puck. Brought back on by RIT's Jake Wiltz out of Buffalo, New York. Tries to move it in. Hatchett there. That's Aricchio, I'm sorry, bumping him. Jake Padalino near side. A lot of open ice, and Padalino starts it up. Got away from Wexler, and Harrington swoops to the middle. Harrington a shot, and stopped off the glove by Lewis. Harrington takes his own, has Padalino back. A fumbling puck that found Pucciarelli in front, and he pushed it wide again. I don't think Joey Pucciarelli was expecting to find that right on his tape. As it's Wexler wheeling it out for RIT. He does clear to center. And gets it in for Parker to play. Hasn't seen a shot in quite some time. The last 4 shots on goal for the Orange. Here's one in front that may have hit off the right pad as it was sent in front by Wexler. Back ahead, Brandon Peters in the starting lineup today, or in the lineup for Syracuse, just his 9th game. Hit on the line by David Rosen. Orange get it back in, and Peters pursues. Connor Flanagan there on the other side. Under 5 to go, first period. Shots now 10-6 for RIT after an early surge. That gave him 9 of the first 11. Puck in front for Peters. Comes all the way back for Luke Caddo to step up. All the way in front. Jamming away at it. Prestamo had 2 whacks at it. Couldn't find Lewis. In deep, it's Peters. Out of Falmouth, Maine. Lost the puck in behind as he was double teamed. And it's brought back on. Campbell moves to the middle. Campbell just hooks a puck in that Preston back checks and finds. Given away in front for Bealby, right in front. Bealby moving in, he can't find the net as Parker made a brilliant save on a backhand. Another one in front was knocked away off Caddo's stick.
Yeah, Connor Preston should be thanking Eric Parker off of that one. A very careless turnover in the defensive zone. Tried to backhand saucer pass, a little too cute. Ended up with a big scoring chance for RIT. Luckily, Eric Parker was there.
Prestamo back the other way, 2-on-2. Flips it in for McNamara. Has Kalinowski in front, tried to find him. Only found Ethan Bealby for the Tigers, who cleared to center. And Hatchett backs it up. Ford Hatchett for Patrick Corcoran. This Orange team, 13-8-2 on the season. Have lost their last 2 off a weekend sweep in Athens, Ohio. Shot from Hatchett, save, rebound, Francisi can't find it. Van Heck in front, Hatchett also jamming away, and is cleared to the sideboards. Andrew Short tries to pick it ahead. RIT does clear, but only as far as Corcoran, who kept it. Corcoran for Francisi in behind. Taken away by Josh Wilton. He clears it up the boards and down. Tyler Gamble gives chase. He's onto it. Padalino back there. Gamble turns, waits for reinforcements. Has Short with him. Gamble still spinning. 4 Short in front of the net and went over his stick. Aricchio in behind. Aricchio right toward the front, and Parker keeps his pad down and now puts his glove on it. And some commotion in front afterwards as the Tigers charged Eric Parker pretty hard. Parker making his first start of 2019. Was the #3 goalie last season for the Orange and started the game against RIT, shut out the Tigers back at Tennedy last season in early November. Neither Michael Kuzo nor Jake Kaler had any prior action against RIT in their careers. Only Eric Parker on this SU side had seen the Tigers before. Owen Harrington up the middle, brought on by Jacobs, and then Peter Owen Hayward. Shot by Hayward is played away, directed to the near side by Lewis. 9 saves early for Gavin Lewis, 12 for Eric Parker in the Orange. Matt Jacobs picks off a puck, brought on by Hayward. Has Jacobs on his right. Hayward went down, and the Tigers take care of him. Moved on by Jacob Wexler. Owen Harrington for the Orange. Harrington, who's had a bit of a scoring slump himself, had no points against Ohio. A typical first liner for Syracuse. Had a rough stretch in Ohio. A lot of Orange players who typically find the back of the net had no success against Ohio.
Yeah, usually such a dynamic club, this Syracuse team. It almost looks like they're a little bit out of sorts on offense. Maybe it's all these new offensive pairings for Coach Connor Tracy, changing up a lot of the lines this week during practice. And it looks like there's a little bit of work to be done in terms of chemistry for these lines.
And Tracy trying to find something that works. Orange at 3-3-1 in the 2019 portion of their season. After a brilliant first half that yielded a 10-5-1 record.
And it's not so much that they've had trouble scoring in the second half of the year, Corey. It's that their power play has gone dry. All of a sudden, the once dynamic Syracuse power play unit has really struggled in the second half of the year, and I think it reflects on their record.
Yeah, no power play goals in the last 4 games for the Orange. Haven't had the man advantage opportunity today. They've killed one early on in the game, a Jacobs penalty in the first couple of minutes. The Orange cleared that one off. Here's a shot that just goes wide. May have tipped off of Parker. Christian Van Heck hit along the boards against Christian Loria. Eric Andolina follows up, but Hatchett said no to that. Puck to the middle for Epstein, and a shot was wide. Tyler Ains stepped up. Ains had a huge goal against NYU in the first game to effectively send it to overtime in the final minutes. Francisi for Christian Van Heck. Puck loose in the middle. Ains took it over. Ains couldn't fight it. Now fires one. Van Heck loose in front, and 2 big saves by Lewis as the Tigers take over. Loria gave up the puck. Francisi again. He can wheel. Hatchett in the middle. A shot. Save. Rebound. Hatchett whacking away at it. Francisi also there with Ains. And Cato took it back. A shot here by Cato is up into the netting off of Gavin Lewis, and the Orange have now equaled RIT's shot total at 12.
Yeah, a couple of good saves by Gavin Lewis there. A lot of good scoring chances by the Orange. That's definitely something they're going to need more of. They have 12 shots now in the period, the same amount as RIT, but I definitely wouldn't say they've had the same amount of grade A threatening type of scoring chances that the Tigers have had, at least so far in this one.
Well, the Orange have 10 of the last 12 shots on net. It was 9-2 early for RIT. Check that, 10 of the last 13 have gone Syracuse's way. TJ Aricchio up the boards. RIT clears. Matt Jacobs back checks. The Orange back check and neutral zone play has been far better, controlling the puck in the last 5 minutes. They see it here with Jacobs and Hayward in neutral space. Along for Owen Harrington. Got by Belfoy as Hayward in front. Harrington can't drag by, but Hayward takes over and sends one off the side of Lewis. Taken away by Hayward, high circle. Hayward, a shot was tipped off the leg of Michael Campbell. Cleared up. Campbell knocked down at his own line and just backhands one in. And Cattle retreats with 25 to go in the opening period. A bit uneventful, although 12 shots have been taken for either side. McNamara, 4 press and a shot, save made. Belfoy clears off the boards. Tyler Gamble with 15. Brezzi back checks him, and Corcoran takes over for Syracuse with one last rush to go. 10 seconds. McNamara back in, taken out in front by Tedeschi. Moves it up the boards, and Tyler Gamble can just kill off the time, and he does. So that's 20 minutes. The Orange with about as slow of a start as you can see here at the Ritter Arena. They lead the shots after 20, 13-12, but where it counts, no score. Certainly not the period Connor Tracy would have imagined. You would think if you're Syracuse, you'd have a couple of goals up on the board by now, but RIT standing strong.
Yeah, if you're Syracuse, you're definitely hoping to come out in the second period hard offensively. You don't want this to start looking like the last time they went and visited an old NECHL team in upstate New York. That, of course, when they lost to Niagara 5-4 on the road a couple of weeks ago. Had a similar feel that first period to this one. If you're in the Syracuse locker room, Coach Connor Tracy, you definitely want some explosiveness on offense coming out here in the second.
And the Orange have never lost to RIT. They're tied after 20 minutes here, no score at the Ritter Ice Arena in Rochester. Back after this on the SU Hockey Network. 20 minutes down, 40 to go here at RIT, Frank Ritter Arena in Rochester, New York, with Cal Stewart, Cory Berberian. 13 shots to 12, the Orange leading. They had 10 of the last 13 in that first frame. It was certainly a tale of two halves of that first period.
Yeah, absolutely, Cory. And the story of this second period, and really the game, will be who can convert on these scoring chances. A lot of scoring chances for both teams in that period. Who can manage to get the most in? That'll decide this game.
The Orange have certainly been off to a slow start, but rebounded to pick up, as I said, 10 of the last 13 shots of that first period. Trip Francisi had a couple of great chances in front, but could not find the back of the net. Matt Jacobs can't get it out. TJ Aricchio held it in, finessed it only as far as Ford Hatchett, who was walled from the back, as Hayden Chamberlain put him down, 5'9" against 6'4". TJ Aricchio back out, and Sean Belfoy backs it up. Belfoy at 6'4", 215. Ford Hatchett at 6'4", 215. So assuming they're not exaggerating their height and weight, should be a great matchup if they come together.
Well, Cory, I'm confident that they both are exaggerating both their height and weight, but I'm sure it'll still be a great matchup nonetheless.
So if they're both saying they're 6'4", 215, they're both what, 6'2", 200? So they're both the same. Either way.
Yeah, I think the standard math is you subtract 3 inches and add 1 when it comes to height with hockey players, but I don't know. Ford Hatchett's a big boy. He might be the real deal on that one.
So I'm 5'7".
And I'm 5'11".
In a perfect world. Brandon Peters let it go off his stick, and Christian Loria back here for RIT. Loria, the freshman from Pennsylvania, got it all the way in, and Stephen Brezzi for Syracuse, the senior from New Jersey. Up the boards for Christian Van Heck, got the start today. Here's Connor Flanagan, far side wing. Back for Van Heck, kicked it away. Here's Pucciarelli in front. He can't find the puck as it was behind him on the pass from Christian Van Heck. An interesting line change for Syracuse. Is dragging his way by his shorty, moves in, and Parker poke checks it away. Interesting line change for Syracuse, putting Christian Van Heck, not as much of a finesse player, on this first line. He moves in and had it taken away, and he takes it here and behind.
Yeah, just as you say, he's not a finesse player. He made a pretty nice move on that one. That being said, I still think it's a strange combination having Van Heck noted as a speedster along with Ains and Trip Franzese, more skilled players.
Well, if it means anything, that was the first time he'd pulled a move like that I'd seen.
Yeah, I think I agree with that one.
Oh.
Great save by Gavin Lewis there. Just scooped the puck right off the ice. You don't usually see that. Goalies usually opt to make the safer play of getting their stick on a shot on the ice like that, but he just, with a lot of flair and flamboyance, grabbed that one up.
Trip Francisi on the draw against Michael Campbell. Nick Washko to the middle, and it's Ethan Bealby for RIT on the far side. Bealby wheels in behind. Christian Van Heck walled him off. An extended shift for Christian Van Heck. David Rosen also in there as well. Van Heck got the puck away and takes it behind the net. Nick Washko took the puck away from him, all on the boards. Leading scorer for RIT. Puck loose in front for Bealby, and it flops in on Eric Parker, who has played well so far through a period plus.
Yeah, dangerous little play by Michael Campbell for RIT. Just a little back heel flip on the puck. Got the puck into a dangerous position, but his fellow forward couldn't finish it, luckily for the Syracuse Orange. Nice little cheeky soccer play on that one, though.
Referee went down near Lucas Prestamo. He's slow to get up. And whistle here by his other official. Will stop play. That's the linesman, excuse me. And the referee and other linesmen come over to help him out. He went down as Lucas Prestamo charged after a puck in his own defensive zone. And a timeout here. This RIT team 10-11-2. Syracuse 13-8-2. Orange are ranked 19th prior to last weekend. Lost 2 games against Ohio in convincing fashion, a 10-3 combined score, but went up 2 in the computerized rankings to 17. So I guess a strength of schedule sort of deal, playing a top 5 team in the country brings you up 2 spots.
Yeah, kind of a nice illustration of how kind of strange and biased these computerized ranking systems can be. Syracuse, all they have to do to go up in the rankings, it seems, is to go play a Midwestern school and lose 2 games. And it really kind of makes you ask some questions about the accuracy of these online computerized rankings.
And it's the computers that'll perhaps decide Syracuse's playoff fate. As a trainer is out on the ice for RIT to look at the fallen linesman.
Yeah, we've been talking about this all year as a theme. The rankings, very impersonal. They take into account strength of record, margin of victory, and all year because of that, Syracuse hasn't been able to really take their foot off the gas pedal. Even when they're playing teams which they're beating handily, they have to score deep into the third period to extend that lead, to increase the equation and ensure them a spot at Nationals in March.
So everything taken care of with the linesmen. 2 referees, 2 linesmen, nobody lost. And one of the 2 linesmen to drop the puck. Nick Washko in his offensive zone won the draw, but only for a moment as McNamara swooped in off the tie-up. Lucas Prestamo takes it back. Prestamo had a goal in the first game against Ohio, just his 4th goal of the season. Swatted at by Preston, taken away by Frank Tedeschi, and up to the left side for Bealby to play it across. Moved on by Michael Campbell. Campbell back to the middle. Ethan Bealby on a touch pass. When it go off his stick, and it's McNamara back ahead. Cato charges. Cato can't get the puck as it was tipped away by Keegan White in his hand. RIT back the other way with Nick Washko. 11 goals on the year. Check that Michael Campbell. Campbell moves in. Pass across for Washko. Another second chance for him. Loose in front. Bealby, a shot denied by Parker. Kicks out for Oricchio. Belfoy on the left side. Took a shot that headed wide. Stepped up here by Campbell. Campbell with Washko in front. Sent the shot wide, and Belfoy keeps. Extended play for RIT. Puck fluttered wide between the legs of the referee on that side. Oricchio holds it. Brezzi takes him behind. Brezzi slapped at the puck. Sent behind to nobody in particular, and Prestamo clears it down for the Orange. This will become an icing as Belfoy is back, and the official stops play. Eric Barker standing tall once again.
Yeah, Corey, that was also a tour de force defensively by Connor Preston for the Orange. A huge play, getting on the ice, blocking the pass on the 3-on-1, almost surely prevented a goal there being scored by RIT. Then follows it up with a huge block on the rebound chance. Great play by Preston there, probably saved a goal for Syracuse.
Shots 14 aside here in this second period. They were 13-12 Syracuse after the first. Puck sent down for RIT to play, and Wilt to neutral space. Goes against Brezzi. Wilt to the middle. A shot was influenced by Harrington and punched wide. Hatchett stepped up. Got it on for Harrington on the boards. Harrington shoved down as Wexler put him to the boards and glass, and Hatchett comes away for Syracuse. Stephen Brezzi on the near side. Gave it away to Belfoy. And Hayward follows up with Harrington charging. Hayward waits for Jacobs. Tried to get it to him on a stretch pass, and he couldn't find him. Taken on by Hayden Chamberlain. Can't clear it out. Jacobs took it away from him in the middle. Got it on for Hatchett, who steps up. Hatchett wheels around. Hatchett trying to wrap it. Chamberlain took it away from him. Stepping up, though, Harrington to take it. Orange an extended shift. Hayward tried to drag. Got it back for Corkman. A shot. Hatchett was in front. Couldn't tip it. Couldn't find the angle, and Jacobs retreats for Syracuse. Patrick Corcoran back in his zone. RIT with quick changes, as do the Orange. Tyler Ains charges after it. Ains with the much bigger Belfoy got the puck first. TJ Oricchio there. Tyler Ains tried to kick it along as it's up against the boards, and Hayward joined in. Trip Francisi took it. Francisi out there with Hayward, who set one in front for Tyler Ains, and Ains has to get it along the boards. Puck sent past Trip Francisi to Tyler Ains. Reversed by Oricchio. Can't get out with the puck. Hayward jabbed at it. Francisi couldn't hold it. A nice play by Eric Andolino while down to clear it out. Directed to Christian Van Heck. Tried to speed up the middle. Was taken away by Miller. And Grant Miller retreats for RIT. 5.5 gone in the second period. Still no score with Cal Stewart, Cory Berberian. Frank Ritter Arena, Rochester, New York. The only game for Syracuse this weekend. They'll be back in action next Saturday and Sunday against Stony Brook, a matchup of the number 2 and 3 teams in the ESCHL, and certainly a large one with recent results coming in. And Stony Brook upsetting Liberty multiple times. Moved on by Short to the middle. Another one in front for Andolina. Couldn't find him. Puck loose for Epstein. Hopped over his stick. Short couldn't find it. Brezzi could. Stephen Brezzi moves it in. Got by one. Has 2 men in front. Took the shot himself. Rebound for Peters in front. Loose on the goal line. Can't find it. Was Connor Flanagan. And RIT clears to safety. best chance of the period and perhaps the game for Syracuse so far.
Yeah, how about that? For about 3 seconds, the puck was just in the middle of the crease of RIT goalie Gavin Lewis, and he had no idea where the puck was, looking behind him in disbelief. But luckily for RIT, the Orange couldn't get a stick on that and bury that one home.
Andrew Short walled Pucciarelli, gave it away to Connor Preston. Preston, a shot, screened wide to the right side. Pucciarelli in deep again. Watched by Short here. Pucciarelli takes the puck as Short went down to a knee. Back for Stephen Brezzi. Brezzi holds. Brezzi against Short. He wheeled right by him. Brezzi with Preston in behind. Got it in front for Pucciarelli, loose on the side of the goal. And in the crease, it's covered up by Gavin Lewis, who has seen a fair share of chances in front in this middle frame.
Yeah, a lot of them in tight, too. It looks like the strategy offensively for Connor Tracy and this Syracuse Orange team, at least early in the second period here, has been to crash hard to the net, try to get as many pucks on net in the tight areas, and hack away with your sticks at Gavin Lewis inside of his crease. So far, it hasn't yielded results, but it certainly has yielded a lot of chances.
Lucas Prestamo to take the draw. Michael Campbell to oppose him. Sophomore against junior. Preston wants the puck. He charges in, but Prestamo took it and nearly took a shot. He was taken down by Bealby, no call. And Campbell the other way, walled there by Preston. Swatted at by McNamara. The captain got it on for Prestamo, bunched up with McNamara. Prestamo walled here by Campbell. Puck jarred free, and Jake Wilt behind for RIT. Running into the official was Christian Loria as he backed up and he went down, but taken on by Campbell anyway. With Washko in front, Campbell got by Hatchett for a moment for Washko, and Padalino defended him in front. Ford Hatchett here, sophomore out of Raleigh, North Carolina. 19 assists on the year. One of the best players on defense in all of the ESCHL. Second in all of D-men in assists, tied for fourth in points in the ESCHL amongst defensemen. Certainly deserving of that honor. He shoots a lot of pucks that get tipped. Connor McNamara usually the one who gets credit for the goals. Hayward here, a shot. Save made it pop loose in front. Back to the line for Hatchett. Hatchett across. Open is Matt Jacobs. Jacobs surveys. Has no one in front, just fired it anyway, and it was stopped by Lewis. Up the boards, can be brought out 2-on-1, potentially with Wexler moving in. Wexler with Chamberlain, shot off the pipe! Oricchio held it in, swatted at and cleared out of the zone by Harrington back to center. So both chances for RIT nearly coming close, and getting the iron was Jacob Wexler on a 2-on-1. At the blue line, Oricchio was taken down by Harrington. Dragged on by Christian Van Heck, 1 against 2. A shot screams high, didn't get to Lewis. Tim Kalinowski's first shift of the period. Francisi lost the puck. Brought back on by Harris and sent to the far side. No one was there, but Harris took it over and flung one on goal. A puck goes flying. That was of Tyler Gamble. And finally a whistle as Parker was just holding that puck against the ice. And play stopped.
Pretty strange series of events on that whistle, Corey. It looks like Eric Parker didn't actually have the puck covered up, but everyone was so distracted by the RIT forward stick flying in the ice that no one even noticed. Eventually got the whistle, thankfully for Syracuse.
Shot 16-14 for the Orange. Still no score in this one. Of course, a big thing for Syracuse last season was slow starts, even against non-conference games like RIT. Not surprising, it's been almost 29 minutes and no goals. Dragged on here by Gamble. And taken away by Francisi, breakaway for the Orange. Francisi moves in, he's stopped on the far side. Gavin Lewis shut him down as Tripp went to the backhand. Kalinowski on the boards. Kalinowski holds, gave it back up for Brezzi. Across it's Hatchett. Hatchett to the middle, Kalinowski drags. He shot one, and it was deflected wide off of Lewis and dribbled to the corner. Back for Brezzi to play it across. Ford Hatchett here. Orange warming to the task, looking for the first marker of the game. Hatchett walks it in deep. Hatchett flung one for no one in particular in front of the net. Only found RIT and Andrew Short, only to center ice. Brezzi with his stick tied up, got the puck to center, and Joe Harris fires it in. Parker watches Hatchett take it. Hatchett with the long stick, able to fork it ahead. Off the boards in front of the Syracuse bench on the near side of the ice. And Jake Epstein follows and fires it in. Stephen Brezzi here. Midway mark, second period and regulation. Glad you've joined us. Cal Stewart, Cory Berberian, here in Rochester, New York. The 3-1-5 taking on the 5-1-5. old NECHL foes going at it for the only time this season. And the first time here since 2015.
Yeah, for the first 30 minutes of this game, the offense was more or less subdued for both teams. There were a couple of scoring chances here and there, but nothing that I would really consider a grade A until about 2 minutes ago when Jacob Wexler rang a shot off the iron on a 2-on-1 on Syracuse, quickly followed by Trip Franzese missing on a breakaway and a great save by Gavin Lewis. So it'll be interesting to see here if the offense starts to really heat up for these clubs in this game.
There's only been one penalty in this game as well. It was a very quick first period. Second has been quite the same. The longest break really in the game has been the officials' timeout for the fallen linesman.
Even the intermission was short.
It was. They got the ice done in about 9 minutes with one Zamboni.
Pretty impressive stuff from Frank Ritter Arena. Shout out, of course, to their ice resurfacing staff. Some of the best in the NECHL.
The ice looks pretty clean out there, I will say. Prestamo couldn't find it. Ford Hatchett retreats to center and skates it in onside. Watched by Chamberlain, has to curl back against two defensemen for RIT. And here's Prestamo near side corner. Back out front, Chamberlain took it away. Out with Wexler 2-on-2. Preston trying to back check. Preston forced the puck away on a dump in. Ford Hatchett up the wall, held by Matt Wiesa. Back to the line for a shot by Aricchio, and Parker handles that against his chest.
If Syracuse is going to win this game, Corey, where it's going to start is along the blue lines, especially in the defensive end. They've been turning the puck over around the blue lines to the RIT Tigers left and right through the first 30 minutes of this game. That's not a winning recipe for any hockey team, especially this one. They've got to clean their act up and take care of the puck better along the blue lines.
False start on the face-off. We'll stay here. Jacob Wexler to take the draw. Looks like Jacobs will step in for the Orange. Puck went all the way down to the other side of the ice, and a linesman forced to run after it. It's Harrington to take the draw, not Jacobs, against Jacob Wexler for RIT. Another face-off is stopped, and we'll do it again. Well, we said fast pace. What do we get? 2 false starts. And now Harrington kicked out, and Peter Owen Hayward comes in against Wexler, who has stayed in for all 3 draws. Is this one going to be clean? Yes, it is. And Cato off the draw win for Syracuse. Down on his behind as Wexler took a stick against the back of the neck by Luke Cato, and play continues. TJ Aricchio against the wall. Wexler tried to spin one middle, and Jacobs tips it on for Brezzi. Got it for Hayward ahead of steam, and Belfoy back checks him, the big defenseman. Owen Harrington back to the line for Cato to send it back Harrington's way. Took a drop from Jacobs and shot one that didn't get through. Was blocked on the way by Nick Washko. Up for Sean Belfoy to play it middle. Wexler on another puck. He's been active in the second period. And Aricchio backtracks. Orange get a partial change. David Rosen back on the defensive side for Syracuse. Out with Stephen Brezzi, who just fires this puck in, and he goes for a change himself. Padalino on for Stephen Brezzi. TJ Aricchio to the middle, and it's Nick Washko here. Washko first in goals, tied for second on assist, and first in points on this RIT side. We get a whistle here with 7:30 to play in the second period. This is an Orange team that's 2-1 against NECHL opponents. This is the 4th out of 7 games they'll play. Rather, the 5th out of 7 games they'll play. They're 3-1. They've got 2 against Buffalo in a couple of weeks, a home and home in Western New York and at Tennessee. Saturday and Sunday. Christian Van Heck curls to the circle. Van Heck just hooks it on, and it's Padalino sending one off of Ethan Bealby's leg. Bealby off the stick of Washko, played legally, and Michael Campbell the other way. Campbell to the middle, a shot save made, and the rebound cleared by Rosen up to the boards. Josh Wilt fired it back in. David Rosen gives chase, but Ethan Bealby there first. Bealby goes down as Padalino put him to the ice. Keegan White retreats for RIT and just flops one past the stick of Nick Washko, and David Rosen back for the Orange. Peter Owen Hayward through the middle. Been a bit of a quiet day for Hayward so far. Took a shot that was blocked off the leg of Christian Loria. Back for Harrington to play it to Hatchett. His shot was tipped on the way by an RIT stick, and it fluttered wide. Corcoran stepped up. Peter Owen Hayward back to the blue line. Harrington waits there, the winger for the Orange. Steps into the circle. All the way behind goes Harrington. Wants Hayward in front. Tried to send it for Jacobs, and it's picked off by Ethan Bealby, who slowly moves his way out for RIT. Backed up for Jake Wilt. Wilt to the boards. Joe Harris to center. Sent back in by Andrew Short, the assist leader on RIT with 12 on the year.
Yeah, we usually think of Syracuse as being an up-tempo, dynamic offensive team. Right now with RIT, they look like just the opposite. Very content to sit back in their defensive set, wait out Syracuse, and be patient on offense as well. A lot of dump and changes we're seeing. This RIT team is in no hurry to do anything in this game right now.
And it's slowing down Syracuse's pace of play as well. Normally a bit faster of a team than we've seen today. Into the corner, it's dragged down by Tyler Gamble, lost the puck, and Connor McNamara skates it out. But Preston can't find the pucks. Shot back in by Andrew Short. Shot goes wide off the stick of Joe Harris. On the near side for Gamble. Brezzi intercepted that. Brezzi clears it to center. Very back and forth, ping-pong type of play here. And a penalty coming near the Syracuse bench, and we'll see what the call is.
Yeah, it looks like a cross-check on Connor Preston.
It is Preston to make the trot to the far side.
I'm interested to see what the refs are going to do here. It looked like one of those plays that really could have been called a hit from behind on Connor Preston. It looked like Keegan White for RIT was going in for the puck towards the Syracuse bench, turned his back towards Preston, and Preston just got his hands on his numbers there. It's only 2 minutes for Preston, though. That's lucky for Syracuse.
This RIT power play 0 for 1. They had an early call on Matt Jacobs and failed to convert another 2-minute chance, so they're 0 for 1. This is their second opportunity. Syracuse has not had the extra man out in this hockey game. Near side is Washko. Sent one in front, looking for Campbell. Campbell has it here, off the failed clearing attempt. And backs it out with Sean Belfoy, the defenseman. Near side, it's Washko. Washko across. Campbell, a shot. Save made Parker. He knocks it down and holds. Parker able to get across quickly. In his first action of 2019, he has 18 saves.
Yeah, he's looked sharp tonight. He's made a lot of subtle plays that don't show up necessarily on the score sheet, but he's made smart plays, got his rebounds where he needs to. He's just been in the right place at the right time so far tonight. And with the exception of that shot on the 2-on-1, he hasn't been beat at all.
Same five still out there for RIT. TJ Aricchio back at the line, along for Washko to play it back for Belfoy. On for Aricchio in the circle. Aricchio back out. Here's the shot by Belfoy. He scores! A ripper from the point. Sound the goal horn for Sean Belfoy, his 5th of the year.
Yeah, an absolute bomb from the point from Sean Belfoy. Looked a lot like Ohio last weekend, where the Syracuse penalty kill was just torn to pieces by the Ohio Bobcats power play. Specifically on plays like that, they got beat, I think, 4 or 5 times on the weekend from similar shots from the point. And the RIT Tigers take advantage of the power play opportunity on that one. That's a huge first goal. Just
an 18.6% unit is RIT against one of the best penalty killers in all of the ESCHL. At 82.3% for Syracuse. Just the 21st power play goal they've allowed for the Orange, and the 17th that RIT has scored this season, and the first to beat Eric Parker.
Yeah, this Syracuse penalty kill unit hasn't looked quite like themselves the last couple of weeks, though. As I was mentioning at Ohio, they really got their work handed to them. Usually such a dominant unit, they're nicknamed the Dog Pound around here. But something has been not quite right the last couple of weeks. A lot like the power play, and special teams have really been tough for this Syracuse Orange team in the year 2019.
TJ Aricchio, the assist on the goal. Sean Belfoy, the 2-year captain for RIT, gets the marker. The defenseman's 5th of the season. Brought on here by Eric Andolina, had no one with him, and Corcoran starts up. Near side, it's Jacobs. Orange have to get back quickly here, as RIT has taken a surprising 1-0 lead in this game that has the makings of a trap game for certain. Orange have never lost in 9 meetings against RIT. In fact, they've dominated pretty heavily. Here's a shot in front. Hayward had a loose puck and couldn't find it. So a trap game for Syracuse, and RIT has the early lead. Sean Belfoy against Owen Harrington. Shouldn't say early lead, we're midway through. Padalino back at the blue line. On the boards, past Jacob's stick, and Hayward here for Syracuse. Hayward to the middle. Hayward was taken down, went sliding down to the ice and couldn't get a shot away, and Gloria starts it up and clears for the Tigers. Eric Parker behind his net. Stephen Brezzi chips it up the boards, and Harrington a drop pass. It's brought back on by Harrington with speed. One on everybody. Harrington wheels to the outside. Had his puck taken away for a moment. Sent in front for Van Heck, who moves in and shoots off the crossbar. Oh. Christian Van Heck, nearly. He's had 2 goals in his last 3 games. He almost made it 3 out of 4.
Yeah, that play looked a lot like his first goal at Ohio last weekend. Going connector down against the Ohio netminder. Similar looking play. Van Heck just got it half an inch too high on that one. That would have been a pretty play, Corey.
A part of the reason why Connor Tracy is inserting Christian Van Heck is the fact that he has those 2 markers in his last 3 games. Found the back of the net against Ohio on Friday. And nearly had his 4th goal of the year right there. The senior from Harrison, New York, out in Westchester. Trip Francisi here. Francisi able to come away off a scrum. Van Heck here hit the side of the cage this time. Keegan White takes Tyler Ains down. Another starter for Syracuse, that first line out there. Francisi, Van Heck, and Tyler Ains. Brought on and cleared in by Joe Harris. And Parker melts it down. Shots 20-19 for RIT. It's a Syracuse team that hasn't scored a goal since last Friday. They were shut out in their last game on Saturday against Ohio out in Athens, and they haven't scored so far today through 37+ minutes.
Yeah, you can sort of see frustration starting to set in on the Syracuse bench. Right now, more than ever, it is very important that this team remains disciplined. 2 minutes left in the second period, third period ahead of us. Bad penalties in the offensive zone or after the whistle is absolutely unacceptable right now for the Orange. They can't be giving their opponents opportunities when they're not necessary.
Lucas Prestamo in the corner with 2 minutes to play in the second period. Patrick Corcoran took a shot that dribbled in on goal and is stopped by Lewis as McNamara was screening in front. It's an Orange team that gave RIT the opportunity to find the back of the net with the power play, and the Tigers certainly did. Not a strong power play unit, but they got the job done. And that's the difference so far. Prestamo off the draw, wins another one. Connor Preston circles to the boards. Preston with nobody back at the blue line now finds Corcoran and took a shot that Preston's able to glove down as it tipped back to the middle. Preston for Prestamo, back in front near Preston. And RIT clears with Loria, but only into the middle. Prestamo carries up. A pass in front. McNamara didn't take the shot. He wanted to find Connor Preston and got too cute. 90 seconds to go as it's cleared back in. Hayward gives chase. Hayward against 3 Tigers. Got hit, lost the puck, out to center, and Hatchett retreats in front of his goal. Changes for both sides. Hayward does stay on. Puck went by Hayward's stick, and retreating is Christian Loria, the freshman defenseman. Back on for Matt Wiesa, the freshman forward. Wiesa moves in, took a shot off Parker's stick, stayed in play. With a minute to go in period number 2, 1-0 RIT. Orange defense with Brezzi and David Rosen start out. Matt Jacobs here, one-on-one, the big man Belfoy gets back. Has Hayward tried to put the puck for him, he shot one anyway, and a save made by Lewis. How Hayward found that, I don't know, but Lewis able to stand tall.
Not sure how Hayward found that, and I'm even more unsure how Lewis found that. Looked like Martin Brodeur on that save, just calmly scooping the puck out of the air with the glove. Made that look as easy as could be, but it sure wasn't. He's been really solid throughout this game. Stopped 21 shots of 21. He's looked strong.
Well, Marty Brodeur probably would have picked up the puck and played it down the ice.
Yeah, tried to score on Eric Parker.
Yeah. Trip Francisi to take the draw off the tie-up. Still loose in the dot, and the Orange win it. Scoop it onto the back for Cato to play it off the leg of Keegan White. Stays in for Hatchett. Played it across near Kalinowski. Shot by Van Heck was stopped by Lewis. His 22nd save of the evening. Hatchett for Kalinowski. Back for Francisi. Kalinowski here, a shot. Save made off the left side, the pad of Lewis. Orange still keep it with 25 to go. Christian Van Heck. And then Kalinowski reversed in front by Cato. Taken away and started back out by Harris. Harris, a shot on a backhand, is stopped by Parker. Didn't have much of an angle, and Hatch is going to get called here for a hit on the boards. Penalty against Syracuse to end the period.
Yeah, definitely not what you want if you're Connor Tracy or the Syracuse Orange. Sort of a series of unfortunate events for them to end this period. A tough turnover by Luke Cato in the offensive zone leads to a breakaway, which leads to a great defensive play by Ford Hatchett, and then finally a penalty on him. So that's obviously a tough way to end up this second period, already down 1 goal to RIT on the road, and they're going to, assuming that RIT doesn't score in the next 10 seconds, RIT is going to start the third period with a power play.
Harrington lost the draw. Michael Campbell won it. Last chance with 5 to go. It's Oricchio here looking for a shot. Washko, can he get one? He shot one wide, so not a shot on goal. Hayward clears the puck as the first 40 minutes have gone by. It'll be 1:51 of power play time for RIT when the third period begins. A Sean Belfoy power play goal. The defenseman from Quebec has the home Tigers up 1-0 in this one. Well, the first period was not one that Connor Tracy would have wanted. They showed signs of life in the first period and in the second, but finding the back of net has really been the biggest issue over the past few weeks for Syracuse.
Yeah, it's not. No one really seems to have the answers as to why Syracuse hasn't been able to find the back of the net lately. Such a dynamic offensive team first half of the year. All of a sudden, that all seems to have gone dry. We'll see what Connor Tracy and the Syracuse coaching staff can cook up to try to fix that in the third period.
10 shots per side in that period, 23-22 overall for the visitors. The Orange trail RIT 1-0. Back after this for the third on the SU Hockey Network. third period of play here at RIT, Frank Ritter Arena, on the campus of the Rochester Institute of Technology in the Flower City. And the Orange trailing 1-0 to the Tigers, a Sean Belfoy power play goal in the middle of that second period, the difference makers so far, with Cal Stewart, Cory Berberian, 23-22, the Orange leading the shot margins, and they've had their fair share of chances.
Yeah, they absolutely have, Cory, but what matters now in this third period is how many they can bury. They have been offensively anemic for the most part and when it comes to finishing these chances, and it doesn't help that they start this this period on the penalty kill.
Yeah, for 151, they'll be shorthanded to start the second period. In behind, it's Ethan Bealby, this RIT power play unit, 1 for 2. On back for Belfoy, who had the goal, shot one that was tipped in front by Bealby, couldn't find his own rebound.
Similar looking play to the RIT goal there. That time Eric Parker saw it all the way through and got his blocker on it.
Back for Belfoy to flop it around. Brezzi up the boards. Brezzi on for Christian Van Heck. It's Pucciarelli with him. Backhands for Pucciarelli. Belfoy back-checked it and forced it away. Van Heck follows up, can't get it in front. And it's retreated by Michael Campbell in the defensive zone. The leader in power play goals on this team, he's got 4 of them. Off the leg of Washko, kicked it, skate to Sick. 53 seconds left on the RIT power play, their third of the evening. McNamara, the captain, in hot pursuit as Oricchio went down. Puck sent in front, could not be covered up by Gavin Lewis, as it's in behind and taken out by Nick Washko to outlet. TJ Oricchio had the assist on the Belfoy goal on the earlier power play. Oricchio just carries it in deep. Sent far side for Joseph Harris. Tyler Gamble the pass, and Harrington picks it off and starts back out. 2-on-1 if they hurry. A shot by Harrington. Save, rebound! Cannot find it, was McNamara. Had a juicy rebound and pushed it wide of the goal.
Well, Cory, I'm not quite sure if that was a superhuman save by Gavin Lewis or an exceptional defensive play by TJ Oricchio. I think probably the latter.
Jacobs here in front, side of the cage. Play continues. Jacobs whacks at it again. And RIT finally takes control. The net's off its moorings. With the power play time just expired, and Ford Hatchett takes his place on the Syracuse bench.
That's absolutely the kind of start that you wanted if you're Syracuse. Coming out hard, forechecking very aggressively, causing lots of problems for the Rochester breakout, causing a lot of problems, much like RIT did to Syracuse in the beginning of the first period. The Syracuse give RIT some of their own medicine here in the third.
Hayward along for Hatchett. He can't slide it in. Rebound for Kalinowski in front. Oh, the net was wide open as Gavin Lewis took a bad angle to it, and the Orange can't capitalize. Hayward here. Shot flutters wide. Hatchett steps up, backhands it for Jacobs, but is picked off by Jake Wilt and cleared all the way. Icing is called. How did Hatchett not find that rebound in front? You tell me.
Yeah, I don't have an answer to that one, but I am pretty confident that this Syracuse start is exactly what they needed. They've probably had 3 grade A scoring chances that they really should have finished and could have easily finished just in the first 2 minutes and change of this period. They've definitely got to bear down and finish some of these opportunities, but if they keep coming at this rate, I'm sure the goals will start coming.
If there's ever a time for an inspirational speech for head coach Connor Tracy to give, it was during that intermission. See if we find out what he said in the form of how Syracuse does here. Done well so far. Got 3 early shots. Here's Hayward, a shot off the pass from Kalinowski. Was tipped away as Jacob Wexler played it to the far side boards.
Yeah, the early indication is that Connor Tracy's speech was effective, at least from the first 2 minutes of play.
All the way down. Does Lewis decide to cover? No. Directs it right to Keegan White, who fires it to Padalino Zen. Out there with Luke Cato. And Jake Padalino, the Central New York data from Skinny Atlas, got it on. It's Connor Preston, 3-on-2. Preston with Prestano. He's held up, and that's the first Orange power play of the game. Delayed call. Prestano here has Mack in front. Got it to McNamara. Hopped over his blade. Orange with the extra man, Christian Van Heck. Here's Stephen Brezzi. He's punched away. And the puck taken by Matt Wiza as the penalty is called. And Syracuse to their first power play. And we can finally give you that number. Over the last 4 games, they are 0 for 25 on the power play. That's an average of more than 6 power plays per game over the last 4. And they haven't scored in the last 25 chances over those 4 games.
Pretty incredible numbers. You can definitely sense the desperation, though, in the beginning of this third period from Syracuse. They know that they have to win this game for their postseason standing. Let's see if that desperation translates to this power play, which, as you note, has been very ineffective as of late.
Looking for their first power play goal in 5 games. Got one against the NYU Violets in that first game back at Tennessee. That was it. Back to the line. Held on by Corcoran. Excuse me, they did not score against NYU. They scored the previous game. That was against Delaware in Newark. They did not score against NYU in either game and against Ohio in either game. The penalty is against Keegan White, and there's 1:33 left on it for RIT. Orange win the draw. Patrick Corcoran has Hatchet back on the other side of the ice. Jacobs tied up. Francisi also there. Francisi spins and comes away with a puck. Francisi works it in deep. It's Harrington back for Trip Francisi. No one in front. Back of the net for Harrington. Near side, it's Matt Jacobs. 1:15 on the power play. Back for Ford Hatchet to play it on. For Jacobs, rolled off his stick. Could not be cleared by RIT. Puck in front for Jacobs. He whacked at it, and Lewis made the stop. Tied up by Wilt. Coming away, Francisi in front of the net. Comes out for a Corcoran shot that's blocked away by Wexler. Back out for Harrington. Fake the slapper. Hatchet to the middle. Jacobs took the direct pass, and it goes off of his leg as Wexler clears. 45 on the power play. Fire wagon changes for RIT, and the Orange change behind the play. Hatchet double shifting on this power play. McNamara comes in front. Back for Steven Brezzi. Took a shot, tipped away. Loose puck for Hayward, couldn't find it, and is cleared with 30 on the power play. Hatchet's onside as Preston comes back. Preston takes the puck. Past McNamara, taken by Uricchio. Hayward takes the puck away and sends it for McNamara, but it's intercepted and cleared only as far as the line. Kept by Caddo in front for Hayward, and Hayward can't redirect. Gavin Lewis melts it down with 16 on the power play.
Over and over on that power play, Syracuse did everything right. They set up in the zone. They made nice passes, but right at the point when they had to make the next offensive play, get the next shot on goal, Peter Owen Hayward there trying to get the handle and get a shot off. They can't quite get that last step. But everything else is working for the Orange. They just need to bear down in the tight areas.
Tim Kalinowski takes the draw. Kicked on back for Luke Caddo. 12 on the power play. Here's Hayward, a shot blocked away in front by Uricchio. Came back for Caddo to play it across. Lost the puck. Just hooks it back for Kalinowski to play. Belfoy got the puck first. 2 seconds and 1 penalty time up as Brezzi holds the line. Brezzi, a shot tipped by Kalinowski. Didn't get through on Lewis. Back for Hayward. Hayward drags all the way up top. Back for Luke Caddo. Steps to the middle. Took a shot that's tipped by McNamara, and it comes in behind. Brezzi now. Caddo, shot intentionally wide. Off the back of the net for Hayward, and the net comes out as Hayward took the puck and was shoved by Belfoy, and Hayward takes exception. 14:22 left in the third period.
Now, I'm a bit of a goalie nerd on this one, but I'm just going to go ahead and say it. That was an unbelievable save by Gavin Lewis on that shot from the point. Not the type of save that anyone who thinks offensively would really think of, but he battled through 2 screens on that one, 2 big players out in front of him, managed to get his eyes in contact with the puck and made a great save and got the rebound out of harm's way. Great play by Gavin Lewis there.
Did you play goalie or something, Cal?
No comment.
Far side circle, it's Pucciarelli running it off the draw, but RIT wins and Uricchio on back. Ethan Bealby backhands it along, and it's brought on by Nick Washko. No points for the leading scorer so far. Sean Belfoy from TJ Uricchio, the only marker in the ballgame for RIT. In the hockey game, I should say. This is Pucciarelli to the corner. Checked by Belfoy, who had the goal. Back to the line for David Rosen to take a shot. That was blocked away by Lewis and paddled to the side boards. Ethan Bealby gets it out. Only as far as Padalino to flop it in. No icing. Sends it cross corner for Joey Pucciarelli, who takes a hard hit. And Connor Flanagan's first touch of the puck. Pucciarelli back up on his skates. Hit again by Sean Belfoy. Pucciarelli doing work in the corner. Mucks it up as he does all the time. Off the leg of Flanagan. Directs to the far side. And here's Corcoran with it. Patrick Corcoran steps by Bealby. Took a shot that was tipped and stays in play for Tyler Ains off the Orange change. They complete it with Pucciarelli coming off. Swung to the far side for Corcoran again. His shot, it goes through! The Orange find the back of the net for the first time in 2 games. It's 1-1.
That's a big stroke of luck for Syracuse, and it couldn't have come at a better time. That shot bouncing on the ice looks like it hit Sean Belfoy of RIT. Little bit of puck luck, something that Syracuse hasn't been having in the last couple of games, and it comes up huge in this one.
You got a wicked voice crack from me. It's 1-1 with 13:21 to go in the third period. Right away, Christian Van Heck can't get through. We'll see who gets credit for the goal. As it's along for Andrew Short. RIT looking to strike right back. A shot stopped by Parker, and it hits the mesh.
Another great shoulder save there by Eric Parker. Couldn't have imagined anything more demoralizing than after that goal, RIT coming and scoring one within 10 seconds. Great job by Parker to have his defenseman's back on that one.
1-1 with 13:10 to go. Shots in this period. RIT has just 2, and Syracuse has 9. 32-24 in the contest. Taken around by Connor Preston. Moved it up the boards on the near side. Sends Hatchett on his way. Hatchett comes to the middle. A shot by Preston was blocked in front and taken over by Tyler Gamble for RIT. Gamble can't get by Corcoran. Corcoran back checked it well. Connor McNamara here. Back out to the blue line. Held by Christian Loria, the freshman. Patrick Corcoran backs up. Defensive partner Ford Hatchett. Orange rotate defensive lines frequently. Everyone's paired with everyone. Connor McNamara in the middle. Took a shot that flops in on Gavin Lewis. And a tough play is made by the senior netminder from Scranton, PA. Well, no announcement's been given on who got the goal in the arena. Nonetheless, it hit off, I believe, Bealby, as you said.
Yeah, it had that look. Looked like everyone on the ice, the goalie and all the defensemen, were very confused about the direction of the puck, which suggests that something happened that wasn't supposed to.
Brezzi's shot is snapped up.
Can't overstate the importance of that goal, though. No matter who ended up getting it, that's just a huge play for Syracuse, unable to score in so many minutes, finally to get one in the back of the net. Hopefully the curse is lifted and they can bury some more here in the end of the third.
Here's an outlet for Jacob Lexler. Assistant captain goes by 2 and can't get by Stephen Brezzi. We got the call on the goal. It's Patrick Corcoran who gets credit. He took the shot, so no Syracuse player tipped it. Tyler Ains gets the assist along with Ford Hatchett. First goal of the year for Patrick Corcoran and his first point in 4 games. And for Corcoran, he's played 4 games in his career against RIT. He's got at least 1 point in all 4 of those. 2 goals and 2 assists for the senior D-man from Stamford, Connecticut.
Yeah, that's Patrick Corcoran's first goal of the season, but don't let that stat line fool you. He's one of the top defensemen on this Orange roster. So steady, so solid, always makes the right play. And sometimes with really good defensemen, you don't have to notice them all that often.
Here's a shot by Andolino. It was tipped away by Jake Padalino. Cleared up by Rosen. Can't get far. Grant Miller kept it in and flung one to an open far side. Christian Loria stepped up. Van Heck stepped into him. Van Heck sent it off of Loria. Puck near the blue line, and alertly Trip Francisi comes out with it. Can't get by anybody. It's brought back on by Epstein. And stopped by Eric Parker, who has his 24th save of the night. He stopped 27 of 27 last time out against RIT last season in the 5-0 shutout win.
I think Parker's been very good, Corey. He's only had to make 25 shots on goal, which compared to some of the other performances from this Syracuse team might be comparatively not that many, but still he's been forced to make some tough stops, and he's come up big in big moments, obviously a couple of minutes ago right after the goal with that save on the 2-on-1.
The last start for Eric Parker was the game at NYU on January 27th of last year, the last game of the 2018 campaign for Syracuse, the 4-3 OT loss. He stopped 35 out of 39. Brought back on by Campbell. Campbell failed to advance. Puck loose in front off a wild pass by Nick Washko, and at the front of the net was Ethan Bealby. Parker stands tall again. Puck is into the netting off of Parker's handle. Faceoff will stay in the zone with 11:33 to play in the third. Syracuse head coach from last year, Nick Perandry, in the stands. He's a Rochester native. The first trip to Syracuse, or for Syracuse, to Rochester since 2015. He's in the stands in the building, supporting his former team.
You've got a keen eye, Corey. I'll give you that.
Well, I saw him at intermission, so I wasn't scanning the stands or anything.
We've got a guy for that.
Yeah, well, there he is right there. Owen Harrington lost the draw. TJ Aricchio. And a puck fed to the far side for Belfoy. A shot safe. Rebound was pushed wide by Tyler Gamble. Big chance for the sophomore. Gamble in front. And he set it just a bit off the crease. Here's Hayward retreating back with 11:11 to go. Make-A-Wish, third period. 1-1 our score. Patrick Corcoran the goal for the Orange. Sean Belfoy the goal for the Tigers. Here's a chance for Hayward. Goes plunging into the net. The net was off its moorings from Lewis. And a big scuffle ensues as Luke Caddo gets involved with Matt Jacobs. Hayward charging right in on goal, and Lewis denies him.
I've been waiting for a play like that from Peter Owen Hayward. Up to this point in the game, 50 minutes through, he hasn't made any of those big splashy Peter Owen Hayward plays that we've really come so accustomed to seeing. He's been mostly quiet in this one. Well, until now, he bursts with speed and almost runs over the RIT goalie. That's the type of passionate play that we're used to seeing from Peter Owen Hayward. And let's see if that kind of play can give the Orange a spark here.
Well, the goals by Sean Belfoy and Patrick Corcoran, two defensemen, two senior defensemen have found the net for either side. That's where we stand now. Official of the line's been talking with RIT, one of the assistant coaches for the Tigers. Brian Meeker in his 9th season as the head coach for RIT. Named the head coach in 2010. He's been with the ACHA club since its inception in 2007. Came on as an assistant coach for a few years. And Connor Tracy on the other side, his first season as the SU coach after serving for half a decade on the bench as the assistant under Nick Perandry, who's in the stands tonight. Gavin Lewis sets it up. RIT can clear it out. Grant Miller pucks in up the middle, and Jake Epstein deflects it in. Eric Parker's got the puck. It really hasn't been a strong game for the top line for the Syracuse Orange as far as getting a lot of shots on net. Hayward has been quiet aside from that one big chance. Matt Jacobs has had quite a few chances on his stick, but he hasn't really fired them in.
Yeah, I think a lot of that has to do with Brian Meeker and the game plan that this coaching staff has put in place for this game. They've swarmed them on the forecheck in all areas of play. They know that they're a fast line, and they're not giving them any space to operate. And I think that's why they've been so effective in shutting this line down, at least till now in the game.
One of the best chances for a forward in this game was Christian Van Heck hitting the post. Here's a chance in front that was tipped. Trip Francisi's probably been the best offensive player for Syracuse on the ice so far. Patrick Corcoran in neutral space, nearing the midway mark of the third and final period. 1-1 here in Rochester. Along the far side, Connor Flanagan keeps it in, his second shift of the third period. Hard-nosed guy from Syracuse, local product. Ford Hatchett reverses one on. It's taken by Flanagan here. Flanagan sends it in, and Gavin Lewis stops play. Fourth consecutive game played for Connor Flanagan, who after not playing since late October, the Stony Brook series.
Yeah, he's become a regular in the lineup. And I'll tell you, this third and fourth line for Syracuse, they haven't gotten too much ice time tonight, but they've had valuable shifts. I remember in the first period, those first 10 minutes, it looked like RIT was going to have their way in this game until the fourth line came on and really stopped their momentum. Don't let anyone fool you. The third and fourth line are a very important part of this hockey club.
Here's a chance in front. Could not be cashed in by Owen Harrington. Kept in for Stephen Brezzy. Doing a spin move is Hayward as Brezzy sends the puck to the corner. Harrington takes over there. Along the boards for Tim Kalinowski, freshman from Massachusetts. Can't get by his man Belfoy. Stays hard and does get by and gave a pass on for Harrington. Changes places with Peter Owen Hayward, who took a shot to the far side and could not find it. Owen Harrington there. Gets by Wexler. Harrington tried to drag his way by, and Aricchio took the puck away. Now Kalinowski a shot that stopped off the chest of Lewis. Puck to the middle and played all the way back for Luke Caddo. Holds high slot, sends it in. and Hayward to the circle with it. Had his puck tipped away. Brezzi plays it in deep. Harrington with Hayward bunched up nearby. Brezzi back of the line. Shot was tipped by Prestamo and wide to the open far side, where it's taken by Wiza. Puck out in front. Wexler, the assistant captain, bodied by two players. Prestamo off of Preston's stick. Preston sticks another puck down. He's got it here. He took a shot that was blocked by Aricchio, and play continues to the near side corner. McNamara, can he keep it? No. Matt Wiza got it out to center and back in as Prestamo gave him a lick, and an icing is called. 8:25 to go in the third period. Our next broadcast on the SU Hockey Network, well, that's going to be coming to you when the Orange play Buffalo on the 24th of February back at the Kennedy Ice Pavilion. The next 3 road games we won't have televised for you, but we'll be back for the final 3 home games of the season. So this is effectively our last road telecasts until the ESCHL tournament here in 2019. With Cal Stewart, Cory Berberian, 8:25 to go in the hockey game and perhaps a little bit more.
That last shift, Cory, we saw both of these teams get a little physical. Connor Preston wreaking havoc all over the ice, punishing RIT players. Wonder if the next 8 minutes of this period will have similar physicality, and it'll be interesting to see how the refs play into that if that's the case.
Knocked down by Nick Washko in his own zone, and Corcoran charges back into it. Took a shot that's stopped by Lewis, and a face-off to come. Looking at the ESCHL standings, well, the regular season champion earns the automatic bid to Frisco, Texas. Liberty cannot possibly lose the division. Syracuse in second place cannot catch the Flames. That's how we stand. It seems as if the first 2 spots are locked up. Stony Brook and Rhode Island will have to jockey for that 3rd position. So it seems as if the Orange and the Flames have locked up the first round buys in the ESCHL tournament in a couple of weeks in Westchester, PA. 7:45 to go here. The puck goes in the net, but the net was off the moorings. And the officials stopped play as it was jammed in, and Prestamo was celebrating a bit prematurely.
Yeah, Prestamo looked a little bit like a basketball player boxing out for a rebound there. Unfortunately for him, the guy who was boxing out was Gavin Lewis, the RIT goalie, and he went down dramatically before that puck was put into the net, which is why a big part of why the refs didn't call that a goal. You're generally not going to have that much success hitting a goalie like that.
Gavin Lewis, who had to stop 51 shots against Syracuse back in 2015, the last time he played against the Orange, the senior netminder, has stopped 38 today. Puck around for Connor Preston. He lost it immediately. Set around to an open far side for Loria, but stepping up is Padalino. Out to the line, kept by McNamara. Puck in front. Loose for Preston. A shot save made by Lewis. His finest stop in a while. Ethan Bealby up the middle. Played by David Rosen to center. And the Orange bring it back in with Preston, but this is all on and offside. How about that stop by Gavin Lewis? And open Connor Preston denied by the pad. An icing is called, or perhaps an offside as it was sent in. It will be icing with 7 minutes to go.
You know, a lot of this game feels similar to the Niagara game that we called together a couple of weeks ago. We've got another team, an old NECHL foe for Syracuse, playing in upstate New York in a 1-game weekend, and a goalie playing really spectacularly for the opponent. Hopefully for the Orange, they can turn the tables on this one and not have a similar outcome to the Niagara game, which would be disastrous for this team. But it does kind of have that feel, doesn't it, Cory?
Yeah, we are the designated road crew, number 1. And number 2, these road games do tend to be close. Syracuse is 7-4 away from home.
And especially whenever you're playing one of these old NECHL teams, you know that you're going to get their best out of Syracuse. This is a big matchup for anyone.
Yeah, the 3rd road game they've played in the NECHL. They won at the buzzer controversially at Oswego, lost at Niagara. Here they are locked up against RIT with 6:45 to go and counting. Moved on by Campbell, got by one shot, off the pipe! Did it go in? No! No goal on the ice, and Parker stops play.
Oh my
It looked like
goodness.
that rattled Twine. It looked like it did, but the red light never came on.
Yeah, what a close call for Syracuse on that play. Incredible effort with the shot. Connector down if it didn't go in. I think Syracuse is lucky that there's no video replay in this building because, I don't know, from here that one looked close. But Connor Tracy, Eric Parker, and co got lucky on that one. It's 1-1, and here they come.
Jacobs the other way. Jacobs lost it, followed up by Owen Harrington. Jacobs sent one for Harrington. He bounced it wide. There's no SU Hockey Network feed down to the bench, and they can't call the Toronto either. So we play on. It looked like some twine was tickled, as they say, but officials rule no goal, and that's the call that stands, and not much of an argument from the RIT bench. But that did beat Eric Parker all the way nonetheless. Andrew Short had the puck go by him. Patrick Corcoran reverses for Hatchet. Patrick Corcoran, the third period goal to tie the game for the Orange. That's where we stand now. Third out for Hayward. Under 6 to play. Brought on by Jacobs on the near wing. Jacobs holds at the circle, sent one through the crease, and Harrington takes the bouncer. Harrington walks it in deep. Had Hayward in front on the high slot, couldn't find him. Cleared out by Gamble. Jacob Padalino back in, off a stick. This play is offside all the way, and Hayward doesn't realize it. Whistle blows now as Hayward touches. Well, next up for the Orange, it's a couple of games on Long Island at Stony Brook, Saturday the 16th and 17th. And then on the road the next Saturday at Buffalo, a 6-game road streak for the Orange that they've started 0-2 on. This is the third of those 6 games. Then they'll come home for the last 3, 1 against Buffalo and 2 against the Rhody Rams of URI to end the regular season. Then off to Philadelphia for the ESCHL tournament. Well, they'll in all likelihood only have to win 2 games instead of 3. Here's Christian Van Heck playing a puck. And Grant Miller clears from center. Padalino knocked it down, a chest-high stick. Moved on by Jake Epstein. Miller joins him in the fray. Got the puck free, and stepping in Eric Andolina for the Tigers, Brought on by Francisi. 5 to go in the third. Puck chopped back, and here's Padalino. Tim Kalinowski tied up with Francisi. Grant Miller joins in for RIT. Puck back for David Rosen. Has a breaking Van Heck on the far side. Van Heck took it off the boards and moves in. Trying to get by the defenseman Laurier. The 6'4" D-man says no, shuts him off. And Luke Cattle retreats to center. Stephen Brezzi walks it on the near side. Brezzi has space. Has Prestamo in front. Got it to him. He tipped it well wide. Eric Andolina with open space. Preston now finally charges and hits up against the bench. Luke Cattle will flop 2 lines. Glove down by Prestamo. Got it on to Connor Preston as McNamara joins it on this line. McNamara's got it behind. Laurier shuts him off. Taken by Cattle. He fanned on a shot in front. Taken on by McNamara. McNamara here with Brezzi in behind. Looking for Brezzi, just reverses it to the side, and it's Prestamo here with 4:06 to play in the third. Shots 42-28 for Syracuse. And they have been all over the shot sheet in this third period. They've got 19 shots. RIT with just 6. Brought on by Brezzi. Brezzi with Hayward, rather Jacobs coming to the net. Puck was sticked away by TJ Aricchio. Extended action here, not a whistle in quite some time. Jacobs back of the net. Hayward back out for the defenseman Brezzi. Brezzi took a look, took a shot, that was well wide. No one there to tip it. Patrick Corcoran flops it into the corner for Hayward. TJ Aricchio there first. Matt Jacobs prized it away. Hayward sent it in. Taken by Jacobs in front. Hatchet back of the line. Steps up, shot one. That was well wide. Corcoran here. 3:20 to go. Wexler gloves it down. Wexler able to clear. This does become an icing. And Hatchet gets the whistle. Nearing another overtime game. The Orange have already played 3 of them. They're 2-1 in overtimes and 0-1 in shootouts so far.
Wouldn't be surprised here, Cory, if Brian Meeker and RIT called a timeout on this one.
They just did.
Yeah, there you go. That was a really long offensive shift for Syracuse. RIT probably needs to rest their legs a little bit. I think that's a great call by the coaching staff, especially with 3 minutes left in the game, 1-1 tie. You can't risk anything at this point. Next goal probably wins this one.
A 1-minute timeout here in the ACHA, not the 30 seconds in the NHL. That never is actually 30 seconds. So for Syracuse, a chance to pull one out late against RIT. And you would have to imagine, despite the result, which I would imagine be a 1-goal result, or 2 with an empty net, can't imagine Connor Tracy will be happy with the offensive effort as far as capitalizing on chances is concerned.
No, this has just been a very frustrating stretch for the Syracuse Hockey Club. And it's not exactly like they're doing anything dramatically different from when they were having success earlier this year. They just aren't getting the bounces, they aren't getting the lucky plays, and they're not bearing down in the tight areas the way that they were earlier this year, and it's really reflected on the score sheet. And sometimes teams go through streaks like this. I mean, slumps are a thing, and this isn't a big one for Syracuse. Unluckily for them, it's coming at the worst possible time of the year.
3:13 left to go. Off the icing, a face-off in the offensive zone for the Orange. Joey Pucciarelli to take it. Andrew Short to oppose him as Gavin Lewis gets his equipment set. Pucciarelli won the draw. Brandon Peters on the ice for Syracuse. Cattle back of the line. Shot was nearly tipped by Brezzi in front. Stepping up to hold it in, Brandon Peters, the Mainer. Peters got a second whack at the puck, but Joe Harris settles it down and clears it. Up for Tyler Gamble. Can't get by Cato. Puck kept in, but all on a delayed offside, and the officials do rule that Andrew Short touched the puck. And the faceoff to come back with 2:56 to go.
Strong play by Luke Cato defensively there. His man had a step on him going into the zone. He managed to get his stick on the puck. Probably prevented a breakaway there, or certainly a good scoring chance for RIT.
Patrick Corcoran, the only goal in this third period, tied the game for Syracuse. Sean Belfoy had the goal for RIT in the second frame on the power play. Francisi ahead of steam. Tried to get it in front. Van Heck was the charging man. Tyler Raines bumps a man. Corcoran can't keep the puck. It's brought on by Harris, 2-on-1. Hatchett getting back. Harris with Gamble. Pass across was blocked away by Hatchett. Loose in front for Short. Goes off of him. Gamble a shot. 2 shots, and it goes wide on both attempts.
Oh, man.
Ford Hatchett the other way. The finest chance of the period for RIT. It's been a dormant offense for the Tigers in this final 20 minutes. And they nearly cash in. Patrick Corcoran out for Jacobs, was tipped by the stick of Ethan Bealby and back to the RIT zone. In neutral space, it's Washko. Blocked by Jacobs, got it on to Peter Owen Hayward with space. 2 minutes to go. A shot was blocked away off the pad of Lewis. Far side, it's Cato. Cato across, a shot by Harrington was fanned on. Jacobs got it behind. Belfoy took it away. Ethan Bealby up the far side for RIT. And he gets it out, the sophomore forward. Back in for defenseman TJ Aricchio. Lost it. Jacobs moving in. A shot. Score! Matt Jacobs.
Oh, my goodness.
The king of the game winner has the Orange up 2-1 with 1:43 to play.
Was that a textbook Matt Jacobs goal or what? Looked totally unthreatening, completely upright. Not a very athletic-looking stance. Flicks his wrist, and it's in the back of the net. How many times have we seen a play like that? Matt Jacobs doesn't look like he's going to make a play on offense, but he pulls something out of the hat once again.
If it stands, that's going to be 5 game-winning goals for Matt Jacobs. He has 6 goals on the year. 4 of the previous 5 have been game winners. He won the game against NYU, won the game against Liberty and Lynchburg, VA. And now he's got the Orange up 2-1 with 103 seconds to go. A timeout is called. One that just snuck by Gavin Lewis. His 44th shot faced. He's been phenomenal all night. And Matt Jacobs just sneaks one in against him.
Yeah, that's a goal scorer's goal right there. Shot perfectly placed about 2 inches above the ice, 5-hole, right high enough so that the goalie's stick can't stop it, but low enough so that he can't get down with his pads in time to make the save. That's a really perfect shot. Almost impossible for Gavin Lewis to do anything about it. And in any event, Syracuse leads 2-1 now.
So Jacobs, the junior from Massachusetts, held scoreless against Ohio after scoring in his previous 7 games and a point streak snapped in Athens, has now found the back of the net in back-to-back games against RIT. Scored last year against the Tigers in Syracuse. He may have won this game. See if RIT clears their goal in the next 30 seconds. I would imagine so, as Hatchett flops it Off, Connor Preston couldn't glove it down. And Sean Belfoy retreats with 1:25 to go. Hard charging Preston forechecks. Doesn't allow Lewis to clear his crease. And a whistle behind the play and a penalty coming up. Is Michael against RIT? No, we'll go against Preston, excuse me. And Connor Preston goes to the sin bin, and Sean Belfoy does go for RIT. The official was motioning Belfoy to go to the box. And so these two teams will skate 4-on-4 and 5-on-4 with the extra man when Lewis clears his crease, which is certainly more opportune than a 6-on-5 for the Tigers. 1:19 to go. And the face-off in the defensive zone for RIT. Trip Francisi to take the draw. Francisi lost the draw. TJ Aricchio can't get by Christian Van Heck and Trip Francisi. Moved out on the far side and directed near side for Washko as there's an empty net and Aricchio's down behind the play for RIT. Chance in front, making a split is Eric Parker, and a whistle behind the play for TJ Aricchio, who limps to the bench in his own zone.
I think there's a penalty on Syracuse here, Cory.
And there is. It's against Christian Van Heck, and a 4-on-3 to come. 5-on-3 with the extra man, but Gavin Lewis has not cleared his crease. He's at the hash marks now. I would imagine with the face-off in the offensive zone, Lewis is coming out right away, if not before the draw, but he's staying in. 1:06 to go. 4-on-3 the rest of the way. Off the draw, when a shot here from Michael Campbell was blocked by the first man. And the Orange able to clear, so Lewis has to retreat with 1 minute to play in the third period. 2-1 Syracuse. Michael Campbell behind his net. Lewis skates to the hash marks and comes to the bench. It'll be 5-on-3 in a moment. Ethan Bealby lost it. McNamara as the goalie gets back Lewis. 45 seconds to go. Now he can clear his crease and finally come to the bench as Washko fires it all the way in. Trying to get by McNamara. McNamara took the puck for a moment. Flops in for Washko, the leading scorer for RIT. Back to the line for Campbell. Leader in power play goals. Campbell got it back. A slot shot is stopped. Rebound bounces in front. Came on for a whistle as Belby took a shot, and the net is off the moorings with 21.7 to go.
Dangerous looking shot there for the Tigers. They got the Syracuse 5-on-3 to collapse deep in on the crease, and Michael Campbell managed to sneak all the way to the top of the circles and ripped a shot just an inch or two high. You got to think if that's a little bit lower, that's a goal for the Tigers on that one.
21 seconds to go. Officials talking with the timekeeper. Do we get more time put on here? Explanation to be given to Connor Tracy. There's 3 more seconds put back on the clock. So 24.7. Lewis is not in his crease. It's a 5-on-3 for the Tigers and an offensive zone draw. Andrew Short against the captain, Connor McNamara, for the Orange.
Might be the most important 25 seconds of the Syracuse season up to this point, at least if you're thinking about the postseason. They've got to be able to hold on to this win here.
RIT won the draw. Luria across. Campbell, a shot. Stop made by Parker. He covers. 18.2 to go in the face-off to Parker's left. Sean Belfoy in the box for RIT. Connor Preston and Christian Van Heck for the Orange. Andrew Short to take the draw against Trip Francisi. The Orange win this one. Corcoran trying to protect the puck. He's shoved immediately into the boards by Washko. Comes up the wall. Played on for Loria. Loria blocked by Brezzi with 9 to go. Brezzi can't clear. Bealby down to a knee. Francisi kept it in. Loria across. Here's a chance for Short. Loose in front. Bealby a shot. Save at the buzzer. It's over. Rapid fire shots for RIT at the buzzer. Eric Parker stands tall and earns his first win of 2019. 2-1 Cuse.
Wow, you don't have many finishes much more electrifying than that one. First, a great play by Stephen Bressy, followed by a great recovery by RIT, and 2 incredible crunch time saves from Eric Parker. What a first appearance of the season for Parker. Real exclamation point on that one. I'd be surprised if he won't be getting more action soon, Cory.
Parker stops 32 of 33. Tip your hat to Gavin Lewis, 42 for 44 in the RIT goal. It's a late Matt Jacobs goal and 2 third-period strikes for Syracuse that give the Orange a much-needed but hard-fought 2-1 win on the road here in Rochester.
Yeah, that's an absolutely enormous win for Syracuse. Without coming away with the W in this one, their postseason potential would have been much slimmer. But coming away with this win is huge. They're still in the race. And as we look forward to the future, these 2 games at Stony Brook, they might be the biggest games of the year.
You would certainly think so. The Orange remain undefeated all time against RIT. They've won 10 out of 10. They take game 10 by a score of 2-1. It's just the second 1-goal game in this series. SU won a game 5-4 in overtime against the Tigers 7 years ago in 2012. They win today 2-1 and take their 14th win of the season to Long Island and a 14-8-2 record. So for Cal Stewart, I'm Cory Berberian. Stay tuned to our YouTube channel for highlights and the postgame. This has been a special presentation of Syracuse men's hockey on the SU Hockey Network. Have a good night.